Hey everyone, this is the LEGO Minecraft Waterfall Base, and relative to all of the previous sets from previous seasons, this one is the most of a number of things to me. It's the most varied, and kind of mixed with its construction, the types of materials that are used, the kind of interface between biomes. It's the most closed up all the way around. Look at this. It's completely closed around this side, completely closed around this side. That I did not expect at all. I thought maybe they would have about half of one side back here closed up, but to go all the way around, even this in here just has windows. That was a major surprise for me. This is also, so far to me, of the ones that I've reviewed up to this point, the most reconfigurable without removing any pieces. And I'll show you how that works. Let me move some of the mobiles out of the way first, and maybe zoom in a little bit. It's interesting how this is kind of sliced in. Clearly a player or players have come through and just cut away a chunk of this hill, or I think they're trying to call it a mountain, and then placed structure inside. I'm assuming that a lot of that is just dirt around there. It's a slightly different, newer build of a door there. They're just mirrored, and they actually have handles on them. Those open inward. I'll show you that a little bit more as we go towards the inside. There's a new white flower. I'm assuming that represents a daisy, but it's nice to get that flower piece, the hard plastic molded flower piece in white, and you'll see more of those throughout this set. Similar construction to before for the grass plain areas out here. You know, it's mostly hollow underneath, but they kind of have spacers to keep the whole thing off the ground. And then the waterfall is kind of the major feature of the thing, at least from the outside. Got a small oak tree off to the side with an apple coming off it. And I'm assuming this is a man-made waterfall. I mean, look at this. They've placed in some dirt and some sand, got some sugar cane just starting to grow. Pumpkin over there, growing some wheat as well, and this water just goes all the way through. They've actually built this in a way that allows some light to come through those bricks. Some light can come in through the back of the place, and when you kind of reconfigure it, it works even better. It just keeps those from being too dark. They're very open behind. And then up on the top, there's a plateau, which has a fenced-in area, which can be used as kind of a pen sort of area. There's another of those flowers with the white top piece. And of course, we will take a closer look at the animals and such and the minifigs. But check that out. That is a hinge. There's another door back there with that same construction with the handle on it. And as I turn this around, interesting, there's just a torch there. So obviously this is accessible area is what this is intended to represent. There's another door on the other side, and there's another hinge down there. It is time to check out some of the reconfiguration features that I was mentioning. So first of all, I will hinge this side out since it's closest to you, and that can be brought all the way around. These doors now can actually be closed in, so this remains a closed area over here, although it opens up on that side. But I'm going to go all the way with it. This is just one thing that you can do. You can also hinge all this out here all the way around, and look at this. Look at it from this side. You're going to be seeing the interior, but look how this all comes together and has enough space to kind of land back there. See, it all just comes together to create a completely different shape. And this looks finished enough. Just close up this door over here if I want to, or I can just leave that like that. Now it's open on the back, but this is more of the design style that I expect from LEGO. You know, nicely detailed from one major angle or a couple of angles, and then around the other side, it's completely open for you to be able to play in there. That's actually pretty cool, but they've also included a few of these sections that can be removed, kind of roof sections that can be removed. I think this, no, not this one also. This larger one over here. So those can be used in some of the open spaces, like for instance over here. I can put those together and I can use these or a couple of these around. It can be just moved over to kind of lock that into place. There's another one back there that can be picked up and moved over, or if you just have any single spare brick, you can lock that into place, and that will work any of the configurations that you can put together or that you can set up. So this one could have the small thing brought over here, and then this longer one can be brought over here. So much can be done to fundamentally change the shape of everything here without even removing or moving any bricks, without it, reassembling anything, without doing any real work. Let's check out the interiors here though, because there's some interesting stuff here. To me, this looks the most like the most like a proper Minecraft base of operations to me of any of the sets that they've done so far, at least certainly compared to ones that they've done in previous seasons. 3 crafting tables set up here, and all of those have the printed parts on both sides. They've got some decoration done with, these could represent diamond blocks, or they could represent just some some wool, some dyed wool, and then we've got some carpeting down, creating some decoration, including item frames with a diamond sword up there. It's a thing of pride, an indication of pride and experience. And there's a fish over there. It might be the first fish that was ever caught by a certain player who's in this world. So that's good stuff there. And then over here is an area to sleep in. There's one bed there, and there's going to be another bed on the other side. We got a bookshelf next to the bed and a potted flower. The doors again can be closed in here, and to make it so that the doors will work in any configuration, they did a different thing for the outer frame of the door, using the studs on the side construction with the cheese slope. So that leaves room for the door to move through there as this rotates around. See, this can actually fit up in there. So no longer do you have to worry about it kind of getting caught and being basically an illegal little connection point or not really attachment point, but area where parts swing past. It just opens up the options by putting that notch in there, that diagonal notch. Hey, notch, yes, I know, another notch reference. They did that over here as well on the right-hand side, so that's going to work for these doors as well. Once again, these can close up. This is very convenient here. And then this one has a bed up in the loft sort of area, the second story area, and on this side is an oven, which is currently in use, and there's an anvil there. That's good to see. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and close all this back up, at least most of the way. This is left open on this side. So, it was closed up back here, but it actually does remain open on this side, which is a little bit awkward when you think of just the construction, the in-universe design of it. But this is done to include a little action sort of feature. You've got this movable or kind of hidden lava trap. So even though this is open, nobody's going to want to cross over that because there's lava down here. But you can just slide this to the side and gives you a little safe space to actually walk through. Now these two things here bring me much joy. That is a dyed sheep, and that is a cat, a tame cat. They picked the right one to release first, the first color scheme for a cat. I'm hoping that they will do other color schemes in the future, but that's definitely, I think, a good choice there. It's just a recolor of the ocelot headpiece, which is exactly what you would expect, and there are a couple more of those white flower pieces again already. Now they did something really funny for the sheep, because they do include a pair of scissors to represent shears. Yeah, they let you actually shear the sheep, sort of. So the idea is that you take a block of colored wool off it and you're left with a sheep that has no wool on it on the back. I get it, and I like it. It's very Lego, it's very proper, it's funny. It's funny to think about, it's funny to look at, and I think it's just a good thing on the whole. Certainly looks the best this way, but having that little extra play value, or just, just the idea to have it for display, I think is really cool. The set also includes a zombie and an Enderman, but there's nothing new here. No new parts, no new colors. These are fully existing things that we've gotten plenty of times before, but I'm fine with them including more. I mean, yeah, you could put a skeleton in instead or something. I don't know. There are many things that could be chosen instead, but they try to space out the different types of enemy units. And I think they do a fine job with it, and I'm not at all sad to get more of these. We've also gotten Alex and Steve before, plenty of times, but Alex comes with the shears there, they're just the scissors, and Steve comes with a fishing rod with a fish that he has caught. But what's special about these is that they do include the metallic leg pieces, leg armor pieces. So this is pearl gold here, which is not the most common of colors, and this is silver. So that's good to see, even though they don't have the full armor sets on and no other accessories are included in the set that I haven't shown you up to this point. Still, good to get those leg pieces. They are much needed and they are desirable. Usually what they've done in the back of the instruction manuals for these Minecraft sets is suggest alternate builds, but here, because they put so much work into making this reconfigurable without having to disassemble it, they just show you how to use those features to make sure that you're aware of the different configurations that are possible, which look quite very different from one to the next, and they just show you, how you should use the roof segments that are removable, move those around to fill in a little bit more of the ground as you reconfigure this. Move the tree up above if you want to, which also makes sense. Kind of looks good having it up on the top. Inspiration that doesn't require any rebuilding. Of course, if you do get into rebuilding, that's great. Very recommended from me, but they don't specifically show you any full rebuilds here because of the built-in features. They probably got some feedback about that from parents of younger kids, or maybe directly from younger kids in testing, who wanted to be able to reconfigure things a little bit more easily. They also suggest adding things together, but that's kind of a cross-sell / upsell, and then they just show you the other sets in the current wave of ones that are currently available. Interesting set here, very good price to part ratio for what you get. Definitely not the most beautiful to me to look at. So many colors are used here and strange shapes just make it not as appealing as others from the outside, but the inside is so nicely detailed. Really good job with how this all shapes up, the number of different things that are depicted in the interior. It looks quite nice to me, and I think just a little bit of customization can change it quite a lot as far as the overall look and feel of the thing. And this is masterfully done. It's so nice. It's easy to add hinges to things. They've done that before, but this just takes it to another level with just how well it works and how significantly it changes the model by just turning some stuff around. That's it for my look at this set, but let me know what you think about what you've seen here. What do you particularly like, if anything? What do you particularly dislike, if anything, out of what you've seen and how this is designed, and also how it looks? Do you have any suggestions for what easy things could be done or could have been done to make it a lot better? I look forward to your feedback. As always, I appreciate your time in watching the video. Hope I showed you everything you wanted to see, and hope to have a chance to talk to you again very soon, because my next video is on the way.